Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Factorio. We've had a little break. Let's get back to building our million minions. We're gonna have to like spread things out a little bit. So where am I... First thing would be, where am I going to be doing the launching from? Right, I'm kind of thinking that we ditch these trains. I've only got 2 stations now that are actually working. Ditch the trains, then we can remove all of the tracks, we can remove all of that lot there, and we can put grid down across here. Get some grid in here, and then this area down here, that's not really doing anything at the moment, that will be converted into rocket launching silos. And we can start building up towards getting that. I think that would be a good step in the right direction. A good way to start approaching this. And that line there is not doing... You know, I'm just going to leave those for now. I'm not going to bother ripping them out just yet. I will rip them out, just not quite yet. So if I go down to here, and I go down to this train down here, and you are 1,000, 2,000 here. That was nearly full. So I'm going to let that train fill up, because that one's full, that one's full, that one's full. It's only this front one here that we're still actually waiting on anything to go in. 1,300 in there. So I will wait for that one to go out. I'm going to put these down here as upgrades. I'm not going to change anything else on them. Those up through there, they can come out. I'm not going to need those anymore. I'll start doing this while I'm changing everything around. So I'll take that lot out there. And lift those 6 as well. And now I'm just waiting on this one to fill up. I can do that myself, actually. If I take that out of there, and then I... Oh. that goes into my own trash, doesn't it? I forgot about it going into trash slots. It's filling up pretty quick. Don't worry about it too much. Come on, hurry up. I don't want to... I can't be bothered with messing around with my trash slots. Right, that one is going out. So I'm going to make sure that that one leaves. Then I can go on here and I can deconstruct those as well. And I can come down here and I can remove a piece of track like that. So that one's going to come in here and then it's got nowhere else that it can go. That's the end of the line for that one. I'm not going to change anything yet. I'm going to wait until that train comes back. So I've done that bit. That one's set up. I'm going to run over here and I'm going to do the same with this one down here so that I don't have to extract a boatload of copper from the train itself. I'll go and see... Oh, I've got 2 trains in here. That one's at 2,000. That one's at 2,000. You're at 1,900. Right, this is almost done. So I can remove those top line there. And that next line there. Then you are on your 2,000. You've actually reached the full. And you're almost done. Rip those out and rip those out as well. I'll go and pick that up. The other train is right behind me, so I can go up here. I'll just let that train sneak up in beside me. Just, there he is. He's going to cruise up in there, and then I'm going to remove that one so he can't go anywhere. And I will wait. You're not supposed to be working. Right, that's all good in there. I will take some passive provider chests here. And I will... swap them over down there like that, as per suggestions of people who've been watching the series. Said, why don't I do it like that, instead of messing around the way that I have been messing around? And valid point, why don't I? I don't really know. I have now done that, so I've got you are there waiting. I'm not going to do anything with that one until I get the other train come back. I want both of those trains to come back. And then that's already set up. We need to start putting a grid up this way. There's one of the trains, and there's the last one up there. That is the final unload on any station. That's not gonna. That's it now. All of that station that we set up there, that beautiful build for the station, that is it. It's done. It's over. We're gonna now start dismantling it. And let that train come all the way back round. It's the final journey. So let's look. That one there. I can't zoom in any more than that. It's the very last journey of this train. Toggle centering on locomotive. Open this location in map. Alright, let's not do that. Let's just go over and have a look at it. There. The last train journey. It has been an epic journey getting to this point with the trains. It has been an absolutely epic and wonderful journey getting to this point with the trains. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a learning curve for me for some of it. But overall, I like it. I think we've done really well here getting this far. So that one's going to come on down. Going to wiggle off down this way, and he's going to come up behind there, and that's it. Right, so now I can start... Actually, I'm going to do this in map mode, and I'm going to start deconstructing. So we're going to deconstruct that lot right there. My own robots are going to go and grab some of this, but they're not going to grab all of it. And then I will go over here and start removing all the rest of it. Right, that I need to go over to there and take that out, and then take that out as well. So my robots are going to go and grab some of that. I'll get that there. I don't need those bits, and that there is an empty line, so I can just extract all of that there. And then in here, I've got to be a little bit more careful. I don't want to, like, remove too many of these power poles. I'll take that out. And once I've removed all of the train track, that will be it for train tracks. We will not have any more in this series. I will have some in the next series, in the whole Bob's Angels playthrough that I'm planning to do. Got some ideas for the Bob Angel playthrough that I'm planning to do. Essentially, what it's going to be called is the Bat Challenge. That is what I'm going to be doing with my Bob's Angels thing. It's the Bat Challenge. The Bat Challenge is going to be Bob's Angels 1000 Challenge. And the idea will be that I have to build 1000 of everything that is available on the map. Now, I don't necessarily have to place down 1000 of everything. So, because there's a lot of different builders. Some of you are probably saying, well, hang on a minute. There is a lot of different buildings available in Bob's and Angels. And yes, there are. There are a lot of different buildings, and there's a lot of variations on the buildings and so on. It's quite a big thing to go and take on 1000 of everything. So I'm not saying I'm going to actually physically place down 1000 of everything on there, but I will construct 1000 of everything. And make use of 1000 of everything if I can, kind of. Yeah, I've got an idea for how it's going to work. I'll finalize details on it as we get closer to the time. For now, that's what it's going to be, is 1000 of everything using the Bob's Angels mods. And I think it's going to work well. Excuse me, I got hiccups. I think it's going to work very well. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to do as well. 1000 of everything in a Bob's Angels playthrough. So all of the different suits of armors and everything, 1000 of all of them. And it sort of opens up a lot of questions about quite how exactly I'm going to do it to make it work. And like I said, I don't really know at the moment. So I will look at it a bit more and sort of see exactly how I'm going to do 1000 of everything. Whether I am going to say, no, we're going to have 1000 of everything on the map. One thing I did want to try and do was to have 1000 working trains. But I don't think that I will go and actually commit to that as part of the challenge, because 1000 working trains is pretty much that's a challenge on its own. Having 1000 working trains is a challenge on its own without anything else going with it. So I may not I don't think I'll actually commit to that in this particular series, because I don't know that it's going to be something that would be, very workable. And I do want it to be workable. The thing I've noticed with this challenge that I'm doing right now is that, yes, it is a lot of fun, and it's absolutely fantastic doing it, but it takes a long time to do this challenge, right? It's taking a really long time to get this challenge done, and I'm aware that I am well over episode 260 now. I think we're 270, 280. I do one episode a day, right? I would like to get this series finished before I reach episode 365. I've got less than 100 episodes to go, where I would like to have it finished. And I'm not going to say that it must be finished in that time, because I'm going to finish the challenge. 1 million robots. I suspect I will, because we're 198,000 now, and it's climbing pretty rapidly. I'm almost at 199,000, so I'm nearly 1/5 of the way there with actual robots. I just got to get them in the air. And so I don't think that's going to be a huge difficulty getting them flying. It's just a question of keeping them being produced and so on and so forth. But yeah, I'd like to finish before episode 365 so that I have completed it in under a year. Taking more than a year to complete the challenge does seem a little bit excessive, and I'm sure that we are able to do better than that. I would like to do better. I really would. I don't want it to take more than a year. And so it'd be the same with the Bob's one. I don't want it to take an entire year to be able to finish it. So I'm kind of I don't want to commit myself at this early stage to too much. All I'm doing at the moment is saying it's going to be the Bat Challenge. 1,000 of everything will be created on a Bob's Angels playthrough. I'm also doing the space extension thing, so there's extra bits as well that we'll have to make, and there's some very, very cool stuff in it. I've got a couple of extra mods that I will also be adding into it, that I've found to be particularly useful in my own playthrough, and which I really like. So I'll take those will be in it, and I have to make 1,000 of each. So a lot of things, that's going to be quite simple. You know, we'll easily have 1,000 of each. But some of them, it's going to be a bit more, it's going to be a little bit more complicated. Like some of the bigger, more expensive buildings in that, I will have to eventually have factories set up so that I have 1,000 of them made and in storage. I might just say that I have to have 1,000 of everything built and available in storage for the 1,000 challenge. So every single possible item that can be made, I must have a minimum of 1,000 of it in storage. So that would also include things like barrels. So barrels of every type of liquid, and well, we won't go into that very much now, but let's just say there's a lot of liquids in the Bobs and Angels stuff. There's not that much in this game. You don't have much in the way of liquids. You have a few liquids, but that's it. Bobs and Angels, things are a little bit different in Bobs and Angels when it comes to liquids. More than just a little bit different. Things are drastic in Bobs and Angels when it comes to liquids. And yeah, so there'll be things like that we need to deal with. Now, we have reached the point where we've gotten to our stations here. I know that we've got a whole load of roboports up here. I'll take off these top ones, I think, to start with. We'll actually remove those roboports. I'll go right over to there. Remove them right up to that side. There, boom. Why has it removed concrete? Oh, it removed the pattern. Okay, so those can go, and then those there can go. That's removed that lot. Now I've got all of these roboports in here. You know what? I think we'll remove those as well. We'll take everything out from this point right here. And I'll come down. That's the unloading points for the stations. So I'll come all the way down to here. Right the way across the entire station. And I will go that far there. Boom. I've just crashed my entire game. It's reached 200,000 up there. No, it was saving. I think it was saving. But look, I just jumped down to 9 frames a second there for a second. Okay, so that is everything now set for removal. All stations, all the roboports on it, everything up through here. The whole thing has been scheduled for removal. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. It's going to take a minute for the robots to kind of catch up with what they're doing here. So I will remove those few extras there. Yeah. It's taking a minute for them to catch up, because they got a whole load of stuff to shift out of the way there. once they've done that, and I think removing all of the stations as well, that also does have an impact. So we've now removed everything all the way over here. That is all train tracks removed. That's all stations removed. It's all gone. We no longer have any trains active anywhere on this map. And if you look up here, this is where they're kind of working on with, not landfill, with concrete and stuff. Now, landfill, I went and put in a load of requests for it over here. They still haven't come along to start doing that. They're obviously still concentrating on other bits instead right now. But get that lot out. That's going to remove a load of roboports. So the next thing I want to do, obviously, is drop down here, and I want to start removing these roboports. So I'm going to take, first I'm going to take a regular deconstruct, and I'm going to go like that. I'm going to run all the way down here. I just want to double check that I'm not picking up anything excessive. I'm not. That's fine. I can run all the way down here. That's over 300 roboports that are being added. And there is one radar there as well. Right. 436 roboports right there. And let go of that. It's removing all of the roboports. That's what really puts in these lag spikes. That does add a lag spike or two. I'll run all the way back up here, and we'll see if we can take another such a lot. From this point here. I'll go like that. Okay, that's just a little gap in it. It's nothing special. It's nothing that we need to worry about. And this here is where we've got to be careful, where we're crossing over here. So I'll remove 227 roboports there. Then I will come here, and I will take that bit out. And I will take those out. And then I will advance further. See, we can just keep going now. 227 roboports. And then I'm going to bring this all the way down to there. There's another 250. So there's over 500 roboports that I've already added in right there. And then I got one more lot here that we're going to do the same with. I got two lots crossing under there. Take all of those out. And then I can go back through and start putting in the other bit. This is slowing things down a little for us. In part, it's going to really complicate matters. There's another 200. It's going to really complicate matters to start with because the robots have got nowhere to go and charge. And that's the bit that does throw them out a bit. They don't like that. Remove those. And then take that out there. There's some power lines. And I will go up as far as there, like that, and bring that down. Right, that's actually okay. Now I can run all the way down here. Oop. Okay, no further than there. I've got things I need to deal with right there. There's another 200 roboports. And that means all of those robots, they've got a long way to go at the moment. They're now going to have to go all the way up there. That's going to really slow things down. That's going to cause us some problems. I've got, you can see already, logistics robots. I got a lot more going into the air now. I got a lot more available, a lot less available. 94, I got over 100,000 logistics robots in the air right now flying. Construction robots, I got a couple extras have sort of disappeared for a minute. Right, let's bring this down over here. I've got a bit of oil right there. I'm going to leave that for a second. Let's come off of the map mode. I go like that. Yeah, we'll leave that well alone for a minute. Now, where am I? Oh, I'm way down at the moment. So as that's kind of trying to work its way through here, just wondering if I should put solar squares here or not. I don't think I will. I think here down, just down around this area, I won't put solar squares, and I won't put solar squares here either. This bit here will just leave open squares as far as here. So I'm going to go up to here, and I'm going to start placing down some open squares. Like that. And I believe they will overwrite the concrete that is already there. I think. Don't quote me on this. It might just be wishful thinking on my part. And right, now we've got this belt that has come through. So that's going to have a chunk of the roboports that aren't going to be able to do anything unless I go and change the belts around first. Which I'm tempted to do that, actually. I'm thinking I might change the belts around a little bit. If I go over this way, go over by 2 sections, shift-click that into place, and I can go and put a pattern down like that to go underneath the belt, underneath the roboports all the way through, so that I keep the roboports in place and I can have the belt running through at the same time. That could work. We could do that. But what I want to do before I worry too much about that, I want to keep going with this pattern here. So I'll put this one back over this side. That one's going to go there. And then we can see about moving the belts over a little bit, putting them in better positions. Just as long as I have these down. What this is going to do is it's going to make sure then that I've got plenty of roboports nearby on these collection points so that they can actually be collected. So I don't want one there. I don't want one... Actually, I've got 3... I got some areas here where I'm not going to want them. I don't actually want anything in the middle there either, but we're going to have to sort of live with that. This, I will go out by one more on here. I put one on there. And then... Yeah, because I've got that. That comes all the way over here. And then we're out over this way. I'm going to bring that one, and I want to put that down there. So I will shift-click that one into place. And then... Yeah, so it's the 7 frames a second. That's the difficult bit here. 7 frames a second because of removing all of those roboports and then suddenly having all of these robots that need to go and charge. It's changed things a lot. So it's going to take a minute for it to catch up. It's 15, 16 here. But that's made a huge difference to how it all works. And so we just got to wait for a minute for all of the robots to be able to catch up with themselves. Fortunately, because I've just gone and taken all of those out, I will have enough here to be able to, like, put in a few extra robots. Oh, I've also lost power onto these bits here. I'll deal with power on there in a minute. I will run up this way. I'm coming up here. I'm immediately dropping down some of my own roboports that I'm carrying around. My robots have just come out and plonked down a load right there. So there's obviously others have already got robots assigned to come and get them. Like those bits there. There'll be robots assigned to come and get those as well. We've got chunks over here that will be removed and collected. I'm going to put down some more pattern up here. I've got some of the stuff up that way. If I go here and I manually remove all of these cables down here. I think that's everything that I want to remove. I've already removed everything down to here. Take them out down as far as there, like that. They're going to remove all of the cables, and then I can remove some of these other bits as well. I've removed the cables over there, so I'll remove that roboport. Because that one's not going to have any power. So you may as well be gotten rid of. And those may as well be gotten rid of. As will those, and that one, that one there in the middle. The rest of them are alright for a minute. Okay, so there's that bit. So then I will go back in here and... Well, this is production here, so I'm going to put production squares down here. I'm not going to put anything different in there. Is that able to go inside a... That's the wrong square. That's the square that we want to be working on. So I've got roboports here. I've also got oil there. So I want to remove some of these roboports here. I'll remove the ports out as far as that bit there. They can go. And then I can take this one. And that can drop in there. Not quite enough. I've got to remove an extra bit on there. So I will take out those like that. That should be sufficient there. Then I can go back to this one. Go up a little bit. There. Excellent. That will drop that new Roboport tile onto there, and then I will put one onto there, and then I will put one onto there. So we've got a full tile going in here, and I'll make sure that we also have a full tile going over this way. Then that bit there, that's actually out of line, so the whole long-term storage bit that I've got here might end up doing something a bit different with that, because you look, that's how far out that one is. It's only out by a little bit, admittedly, but it may still be worth going and removing stuff. I won't for now, because it's not going to make a big difference, because it's about the right distance across. It's like we're not removing a huge number of Roboports. I've still got ability for them to fly right across that zone there. Now, I said everything down here will stay as open ports. I won't go putting in the new stuff just yet. This needs to go up here. That one can go there, and it can go there as well. So then we'll start. We're already, like, it's starting to catch up a little bit. If I can get these in, that's going to help things catch up again as well. That one will go into there. Right, that'll do there for a minute. And then over here, I've got those have been placed down. Look, I'm already up to 30 frames a second. It's looking a lot better. Looking a lot smoother. And they're coming through here quite nicely as well. It's taking them a minute to get there. It is taking them a while to get there, admittedly. That's fine. We can live with that. That's something that we can work with. But what I need to do here is I actually need to lift this lot up and move it over a bit. I've got a little bit too much here, so I'm going to go here like this, and first up, I'm going to take out a chunk of those. As my robots can go and work on that. I've got other robots coming along to help out with that as well. Oh, okay, they're working through quite a lot of that. That's good. How much are we going to get? They'll take that, and then I've got other robots that they're literally just sitting there because they're out of range. These don't have power plugged in yet. So they're out of range of everything at the moment. I need to change that. I need to come down over here. And I actually need to plug the power back in. Someone left the switch off. If I do that, that should put power into all of them. Well, let's put power into some of them. I haven't got power going, stepping across this bridge here. That's the bit, yeah, I've got no power in the middle there. That's why I've got these issues. Right, let's go and bridge the gap then, shall we? I'll put that one there and that one there. And that will bridge the gap very nicely. There we go. Okay, that's only a temporary measure because I've got more bits that I need to do to bridge the gap properly. And why is... Ah, there we go. Look, see, as soon as it powered on, those robots, they went off. They were, like, back into the system then, and so all was well with the world. I'm going to go and take this here, and I'm going to deconstruct... No, I don't need to deconstruct that much, really. I'll deconstruct over to there. Like that. And then I'm going to come up here. And I'm going to deconstruct some of this up here as well. I'm going to go like that, deconstruct that lot. They'll come out and they'll go and take those. And then I've got a big job to do next. Well, folks, Rome wasn't built in a day, and 1 million minions are not going to be built in a single episode. We've run out of time, so if you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.